everyone, and welcome to The Explainer. Let's talk about something every business is feeling right now, the insane cost of tech. It just keeps going up, right? Well, today we're diving into a really interesting report from a group called Virtualization Options LLC, a tech research firm out of Colorado. And they start by asking a really sharp question.
And here it is. Is buying brand new tech always the smartest move for your business? You know the feeling, right? Things start to slow down, the systems feel a little creaky, and the first instinct is, welp, time to open the wallet and buy new stuff. But what if that's not the best play? This report suggests there is a much smarter and, frankly, more budget-friendly way to get the job done.
All right, let's kick things off by digging into the problem itself, the high cost of tech. I mean, it's no secret that staying on the cutting edge, well, it's getting crazy expensive. It's kind of this weird paradox, isn't it? Our technology, our servers, our data centers, even our laptops, they're getting way more powerful. But at the same time, the price tag to buy them, run them, and keep them cool is just climbing and climbing. And that puts a serious squeeze on IT budgets and, the actual day-to-day work.
So, what's behind all this? Well, the report breaks it down into four main drivers. First, you've got these relentless technology advancements that make your current gear feel old way too fast. Then there's the massive demand, thanks to things like AI. We've still got those annoying supply chain disruptions hanging around. And, of course, there's just good old inflation, pushing up the price of pretty much everything.
Okay, so if just buying new isn't the answer, then what is? This is where we get to the core idea of the report. It's all about shifting your mindset to a smarter strategy, optimization. And this is so important. It's not just about cutting costs. It's about spending your money smarter.
And the folks at Virtualization Options LLC put it perfectly. They say the goal is to unlock the full potential of your existing infrastructure. Just let that sink in for a second. The performance boost you're looking for, it might already be sitting right there in your data center, just waiting for you to tap into it.
And when you do this, the benefits are huge. We're talking about more than just one thing. Yeah, you get major cost savings, for sure. But you also get a big boost in efficiency and performance. Plus, you're making your hardware last longer, which is a big win for sustainability. It's like a win-win-win. Okay, so that all sounds great in theory. But how do you actually do it? What are the moves? Don't worry, the report gives us a solid playbook full of real actionable strategies. Let's start with the big one, server virtualization. This is a total game changer. The best analogy is real estate. Instead of one single-family home on a piece of land, you build a whole apartment building. That's what virtualization does. It lets you run a bunch of separate virtual servers all on a single physical box, which means you're using your hardware way more effectively. Now, you've probably also heard the term containerization thrown around. It's a similar concept, but it's even more lightweight. So think of it like this. Virtualization lets you run multiple entire operating systems on one server. Containerization, on the other hand, just packages up the individual apps. They're different, but both are super powerful ways to get more efficient. And that's not all. The playbook is packed with other great tactics. We're talking about simple things like targeted component upgrades, swapping in more RAM or some speedy SSDs. Or maybe it's about strategically shifting some things to the cloud. You can even look at outsourcing IT functions that aren't core to your business. It all adds up to a much smarter strategy. But here's the thing, you can't just do this stuff randomly. For this to really work, the report says you need a structured plan, what they call a technology refresh cycle. It's a 5-stage process. You start with strategic planning, you assess what you have, you evaluate vendors, you implement the changes, and then, critically, you have ongoing maintenance. This is what makes optimization a real, continuous strategy, not just a one-and-done project. It's how you keep everything running smoothly and securely. But look, this isn't just about the tech itself, the hardware and the software. To really nail optimization, you have to change how you think. And that brings us to the people and the strategy behind it all. And this next point might be the single most important thing in the whole report. Your IT goals have to be driven by your business objectives. They can't exist in a silo. If your tech spending isn't directly helping the company achieve its goals, you're pretty much just throwing money away. The report really hammers this home. You need constant communication between IT and the rest of the business. That's how IT stops being a cost center and starts being a real strategic partner. So,
How do you get your leadership team on board with this? You've got to build a rock-solid business case, and that means speaking their language. You need to show them the numbers, quantify the benefits, lay out the ROI clearly. You also have to think ahead and address any concerns they might have. It's all about getting that crucial buy-in from the people who hold the purse strings.
And of course, you can't forget about your IT team, the people who actually make all this happen. Investing in training, getting them up to speed on things like cloud computing, automation, and cybersecurity, it does more than just give them new skills. It empowers them. It gives them the tools and the confidence to go out, find these optimization opportunities themselves, and make smart decisions that really move the needle.
All right, let's get to the good stuff, the payoff. What actually happens when you put these strategies into motion? Well, the report tracked the results, and frankly, the numbers are pretty awesome.
First up, the bottom line. We're talking an average of 20% in cost savings. 20%. That's a huge chunk of change that can go right back into growing the business.
And it's not just about saving money. There's also an average efficiency gain of 15%. What does that mean in the real world? It means your systems run faster, you have less downtime, and your people can get more done.
And this might be the most powerful number of all. Those internal improvements, they lead to a 10% average jump in customer satisfaction. It's proof that when your own house is in order, when your tech is running smoothly, your customers absolutely notice.
So that brings us to the big takeaway here. Optimization isn't a one-time project with a finish line. It's a culture. It's a mindset of continuous improvement. You're always monitoring, always tweaking, always looking for ways to get better. It's a cycle that keeps your tech and your whole business running at the top of its game.
And that brings us right back to the beginning. Your company's technology is a massive investment. So I'll leave you with the same question we started with. Are you really truly maximizing its return? Thanks for tuning in to The Explainer.